Okay, so competitive game, it's 5v5. If you have comms, the game is a bit different than solo queue because if you can communicate, there's a lot that can happen very systematically, you could say. So
Mhm.
your Taric top, right, or not Taric, your Poppy top, he can choose to not trade, right, and you can communicate to him and tell him, hey, like, don't be aggressive. I'm going to play to bot lane.
Mhm.
Okay. Same thing with
Mhm.
mid lane. You can tell him, hey, be as aggressive as you possibly can. That way, I can make a play with my Salis, right? So these are all things that you kind
Mhm.
of can control. So another thing about competitive actually is you as a jungler, I mean, even in solo queue, but you as a jungler, you have the control. What I mean by that is your teammates at the end of the day, not even your teammates. It's just at the end of the day, like the jungle role makes the decisions. Your teammates don't. So
Mhm.
if you have a contradicting decision, this guy says, "Hey, please gank my lane. It's set into Poppy," and you think it's terrible because you want to go pressure bot lane or you want to defend this guy from getting dove. It's on you to make that decision. And afterwards,
Mhm.
in the review, you talk. Okay, but pretty much you almost never want to make a decision you don't agree with, and after the game, if you make a decision that like you made, you'll be able to review that easier. And because you have teammates you can talk to, you can try to understand why someone's doing this. If this is a solo queue player and he's like spam pinging like come top, it's harder to understand what he's thinking, but
Mhm.
you can talk to him. So
Yeah.
you make the decisions, okay? So don't be a sheep and control the game. At the very least, if you're making bad decisions, you're growing as a player because you learn.
Mhm.
So, no matter what, solo queue or competitive, you can't let people control what you want to do. It's going to hurt you in the long run. Because, like you said, if you think your players or your teammates are better than you, there's a good chance you'd rather just listen to them than listen to yourself. But how does that help you? There's nothing for you. You don't grow from that.
Mhm.
So, looking at this game right away, I see the thing I'm talking about is it's in competitive. You can talk to your teammates. So you have a flashless Xayah. I don't really care what happened. But you have a flashless Xayah. You have somewhat of a volatile bot lane, like bot lane matchup. Okay. You have a Mumu into Viego jungle. Okay. So this is like if you ever 3v3, right? It's going to be suboptimal
Mhm.
because a Mumu provides a lot in a fight. Viego is like okay, but pretty much what I'm looking at is where can I win on the map and how can I coordinate a plan with the teammates based on wave states. So competitive is all about wave
Mhm.
states. Solo queue is all about wave states too. The game stays the same, but competitive, all of these concepts are brought even further. It's more complicated. So the game is all about wave states and communication. What I mean by that is Asol's gonna push in Silas. Silas holds the wave right here. Asol's pushing up. It's a gank angle. You could tell Silas the whole time, trade with Aso as Aso is getting prio. Even if you take losing trades when we 2v2, we should win. If that's how
Yeah.
you want to play it. Because if a Mumu ideally wants to full clear, he doesn't really want to level 3 counter gank. But he can, it's just, even if he counter ganks, as long as you have some fingers and you dodge a Mumu Q, you flash it, you will win the 2v2 mid. But it's all about communicating and planning that at the start of the game. So if I had a session with you before, I talked about prios, right? Who has prio and like how to think about it that way. In competitive, it matters way more because you could talk. So I'm gonna find real quick my early game checklist when I played competitive, or when I was playing competitive this year, and pretty much when you load into game, there are things you want to do every single game. Okay, and it always begins with assessing what we assess in solo queue, but there's another layer of assessing what to do with your teammates. So let's say your Poppy, for some reason, thinks he does get prio into set. Okay, but you thought that
Mhm.
Poppy doesn't. So now you adjust your conditions to where, okay, Poppy now has prio. Okay, let's say Silas for some reason says, yeah, I get prio. You adjust to this. Every
Mhm.
single time, you're 60 seconds before the game starts, you ask your teammates, hey, do you guys get prio? Yes or no? And you also help yourself by asking yourself that first. Do like in your own head, then you ask your teammates. Okay, but pretty much before we look at gameplay, there's a lot more to think about when you think about competitive gameplay, but it's all about communicating with your team. Okay, draft also matters a lot, right? So if you look at draft identity here, you have a pretty standard front to back. Okay, the Zai is a hyper carry, and you ideally you want two carries. You want this to be a mage, but it's fine because you're Viega with resets. These guys have a similar front to back. Okay, so pretty much whichever ADC dies or whichever ADC is fed is going to have a like great game. Additionally, ASOL is a big problem in these fights. So the way you're looking at this is it's both front to back, right? And who wins the front to back, it depends on how you guys play it, obviously. But naturally, when these guys have two champions like this, right? They have their
Mm-hmm.
double range. You lose the front to back. So what that
Right.
means is if there's an opportunity for you to not play front to back, that means you two go and dive the back line, right? Then you're
Mm-hmm.
in a better situation. But it all comes down to champion identities and how to look at the draft. And you don't have to be accurate. You just have to assess what the draft identity is for both sides. So if you for some reason thought that this was a poke comp, that's fine. You learn if it truly is a poke comp or not. But you have to have intent with what you're thinking, no matter what. At every single decision, there should be a reason as to why you're doing it. There should be a reason this game you're pathing down and not top, right? So you always
Mm-hmm.
want reasoning behind your decisions. Okay. The next thing is, so we talked about this communication and wave states. You must communicate your plan with your teammates. Okay. What's your plan this game?
Um, Try to. Well, I wanted to really gank level 4 bot lane because it's really volatile, but I guess full clear toward bot just to
So
simplify
let's
it.
break it down even further. So you're giving me a generalized concept. Let's break it down. Okay. You want to go ball lane. You want to full clear. You want to gank level 4. Okay. So let's think. What time is it going to be in the game?
320.
Okay. What levels are your laners going to be in the game?
Um, Mid should be level 4, bot should be level 3.
Okay. And what would the wave state look like depending on who you think has prio?
I think Ash has prowess, so they'll be pushed in.
Okay. So when you're done with your 6 camps, waves 5 spawns. So let's count. This is wave 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is wave 2. Okay. This is wave 3. Okay. This is wave 4. Okay. And this is wave 5. So you're playing on wave 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This early game pathing matters every single game. It's plug and play, and you want to iron it out so the rest of your game feels easier. So
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I'm telling you why it's wave 5 that's important is because let's say, imagine this, that they crash waves 1 to 3, the enemy bot lane. So waves 1, 2, and 3 are into the bot turret like this. They're jammed in.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen to wave 4 and 5?
It's gonna bounce back.
Exactly. So you're going to have prio in that time. And
Mm-hmm.
all of this can be deduced before the game even begins, which helps you decide what your plan actually is going to be. So if you're pathing down to cover this guy's gank on your bot lane, to cover your bot wave's crash, then that makes sense, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
going bot and you're trying to use their bot prio to the bot bounce back to do the bot crab, then that makes sense. But there's not going to be a gank there, bot lane.
Right.
Very, very unlikely there will be a gank. Okay, and all this can be decided from collecting information in the early game. Okay, so not even the early game, before the game even begins. Okay, the next thing is, do you need vision level 1? You do this. You guys do this really well this game. You get this ward. This ward is the best ward in the early game possible. So if you can do this every single game, you're in a really good state. Okay, knowing where this guy is going is pretty beneficial, I would say. And especially in competitive, it's always good to just know. So if you can do it, do it. Good. Next thing is runes and summoner spells. They're up a flash somewhere, right? Their bot lane is up a flash. So if you were to 3v3 bot lane, are you happy with the 3v3?
No.
Right. It's not as good because this guy has no flash. So the 3v3 bot lane should only be taken if you're playing a defensive line, which means on wave 4 and 5 that are going back into the bot lane, right? They're pushing back in. You're playing for the wave, not to kill these guys, not to get the crab, not to kill this guy. You're playing for this,
Hmm.
which tells you the positioning you want to be in is actually here or here, and you want to be recalling there. You don't want to be necessarily in the river. Also, because Aso has prio and her first move against your Silas. Maybe not level 3, level 4. It could change. I think Silas will bounce back actually. So if you could technically play for crab, but the idea is like if you were to take a 3v3 or a 4v4, right in the bot side, you're down a wholesome advantage. So if any of them get on top of your Xayah for whatever reason, Xayah mispositions for whatever reason, then you're going to be in a losing position. Okay. So that's a lot of what you want to do coming into the game before the game even begins. And this gives you a direction on where to path and what to do. And the game has
Hmm.
kind of, I would say, devolved into you can't really do level 3 into invades anymore. It's less ideal. It's better to just play for full clears and interacting with lanes. So invading, honestly, I'd write it off as like a talking point for the future. But right now, don't worry about invading. Okay?
Okay.
So taking your full clear, this is fine. This is good.
Almost messed this up.
Yeah, you got it though. You got it. Okay, you can kite Gromp out a little more. Right, look at where you finished Gromp. Okay, I want you to be watching your lanes here. So especially after the wolves, I want you to be looking at mid and bot lane. Okay, so right now you're wasting a lot of time. You can click on this camp while looking at both of these lanes, but what happens is now Silas somehow manages to get prio, and your bot lane manages to get prio. Right, so the game states
Hmm.
changed. We thought that they wouldn't have prio. So one thing you're
Right.
asking, and one thing you're also looking at is if things change. And it's really
Hmm.
easy questions you can ask, like not just looking, but you could just ask like, what do you want to do? What does your teammate want to do? This will be the key question that you're always going to be using for a competitive game. It's going to be, what do you want to do? You're gonna put like insert name, right?
Hmm.
What do you want to do? And then Zai's gonna be like, oh, I want to crash this wave and then roam, and I want to invade. And then Zai's gonna be like, oh, I want to crash this wave and relax or something, right? They're gonna tell you something that helps you make your decision. So I try to teach in a way where like you want to assess how they're playing or what they're thinking by how they're playing. You can completely skip that step by just asking what they want to do.
Hmm.
Okay, and that helps you decide, what is good or bad for you in the game. But you do need to look. So this is good. You look here. You get a good idea of the wave, and you also want to look at what's going on mid wave. Okay. Two things here on Viego. Never start a camp with W like this ever. You always want to use it for a W reset on the big
Hmm.
raptor, or just like literally save it. You don't need to use your W on this big raptor on the raptor camp. So if you're
Hmm.
charging your W maxed at red buff, for example, let's see if you do it. It's less ideal when you're clearing it. Yeah, you do it.
I
Right.
think I do.
This is not
Yeah.
how you clear on Viego. It slows you down. Okay. The next thing is you don't ever use your E on the raptor camp because your Qs are killing the whole camp. Right.
Hmm.
Your your auto the attack speed buff you get from your E is not being utilized at all, and you want your E cooldown on the red buff. So now you have 12 seconds of killing the red buff without your E.
Hmm.
Okay, so write that down. Do not you charge your W before starting camps. Use it for auto reset / save it. Don't use E on raptors. Useless. Okay.
Should I use E on red?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you use on your ready because it's single target damage and you're going to get a bunch of attack speed here. Right? So you want the
okay.
attack speed as you're killing this.
Right.
Okay, so bot has prio, mid has prio. One thing here is I'm guessing the comms are like, hey, we have bot prio. Okay, move to the crab. Okay, look at their wave though.
Mhm.
I think the wave is stuck right here, as far as I know,
Mhm.
right? Or it's going to be stuck on this wave at least. You need to look. So you need to collect information on the waves. You're not collecting anything right now. So whenever you have downtime, just look at the wave. You looked at it earlier, right? And you had the general idea that they're pushing out, but they haven't crashed the wave into the turret yet, right? And even if you thought they did, you should confirm. So you need to take a look at the wave. Because for all we know right now, Zaya could be bleeding waves. See that one frame right here? They have more blue side minions than red side minions. Zaya wants to be in the lane crashing this wave. You don't want to pull your Zaya pretty much. If you're pulling anyone, it's Taric. And if Zaya's
Right.
like, oh, I'll come with you, you say, fuck off, stay in your lane. I do not need you here because then you actually need Zaya to be here with you, escorting you in the river when you're full HP Viego taking a pot.
Mhm.
You don't need this guy here at all. So communicate in this way. Now, if you recall here, right? Look at bot wave. Bot wave is messed up, right? Zaya
Mhm.
is either going to get slow stacked in and they're going to have a huge crash, they're going to be down tempo, or Zaya is going to just be missing minions because, like, right now they have more minions. Right, this is really low. So either it'll eventually slow stack, big wave into you, and it's not great for you, or Zaya's just going to keep bleeding for a while. So this crab, you pretty much made it so your Zaya's bleeding. And all this comes from not looking at the wave right here and not seeing what's good for them. Because
Mhm.
in competitive, what's good for you is not always what's best for them, especially in the early game. And in the early game, it matters to help your teammates first before yourself. Okay, you're playing competitive, so you can communicate. It's much more. It's like, and you should have trust in your teammates to carry the game. You're not the main character, pretty much. Okay,
Mhm.
here you're playing Viego, E the wall, right? Okay, your Zaya also has no flash here, so she's even more afraid to do anything. But right here, you're gonna want to E this big wall, okay, and then go to
Mhm.
your Gromp, your area up here, or you run straight through mid. Not this way. Never this way on Viego.
Mhm.
Okay, we grab the top crab. We end up being around 7 seconds later to our Gromp. So it's not ideal, but it's okay. Your bot lane's just smurfing on the enemy bot lane. Okay, and Amumu is wasting his tempo on the top side. Okay, this instantly signals something. And there's one thing you need to do. I think you do hold tab here really briefly, which is good. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're checking something.
Well, I think he was at 24. Or no, yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24 with amp tone boots, so you know that he didn't get the bot crab. Obviously, you got it. And then he recalled and just ran top lane, and he did not do his correct yet. Well, another thing
Mhm.
on Viego actually is you want to go pickaxe over recurve bow. Unless are you going Kraken?
I'm going Bork.
Yeah, you should go pickaxe then. And then that's the order. Okay.
Will you pickaxe on base if you get full clear plus crab or
Yeah, look.
oh,
Okay. So right here, Amumu shows and he's down tempo, right? So you've cleared your Gromp. What does Amumu need to do after he like shows top lane?
needs to go clear Krugs, I think.
Yeah. So by the time you're on Wolves, he's on Krugs. By the time you're on Raptors, he's on his Raptors. So you're gonna have a whole camp ahead of time on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see what you do. See, you're on Raptors. He's on Raptors.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. So two things. That's wrong purchase, right? But other thing is
Yeah.
your bot lane just won, right? Your bot lane won.
Hmm.
And what do you think about Silas into Acel? Give me your thoughts. Who's
Silas
stronger
is
level
kind of
6?
free. Asshole. Well, I mean, um, I, hmm,
You tell
maybe
me, man.
Silas, maybe Asshole. I don't know. I'm gonna say Asshole. I'm gonna say Asshole. I might be wrong though. Probably am.
Yeah, Silas is a fucking OP champion level 6. When you looked at the enemy champions, you know what Silas ult does, right?
Yes,
Silas is gonna
it
take
takes
a
away.
Mumu ult and just destroy everyone's whole lineage, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to just absolutely fuck them up. Or he'll take Ashe ult and he'll get a really, really easy reset for you. But, bro,
Mm-hmm.
Viego Silas paired together is one of the strongest 2v2s ever. If your Silas has any sort of fingers, right? Silas OP. Okay? Your ball lane is
Mm-hmm.
winning, your mid lane wants to fight, and you're recalling on the map right here. A Mumu hasn't recalled yet, right? So right now you know a Mumu has Amtome and a Boots. You have Recurvo. You're still objectively stronger than this guy, but regardless of your strength, even if you were a little bit weaker than him, your mid wants to fight, your bot wants to fight. So this is active map state right now. And you're up tempo, because right now you're on Krugs, he's barely on a Grump. He's finishing his wolves. So right
Mm-hmm.
here, instead of recalling, what do you think I want you to do? What would you do? If I'm telling you, go play the map, what would you do? And
Gank
be as
mid.
specific as you can.
I'd go straight from this and gank mid through what is it? The what is the river bush called? I forgot.
The Pixel Bush, this one?
Uh, go left and then gank.
Like this?
Yeah, and I go gank him.
Okay. So the reason why this doesn't work, right? And that's fine. And
Mm-hmm.
that's fine to try and think about, right? Um, okay, actually two things. So number one, never play for a gank. Okay, play for the wave. And if the wave adds up to a gank, then gank. But again, the most important thing I mentioned earlier was the game is all about wave states and communication. Right now, this ASO is not going to be gankable, even on this wave. Not really. Okay, because of timing. So for jungle timing, by the time you're all the way over here, he's full cleared this wave already. Silas can fight him off it, but Asol can clear this wave. So instead of thinking about ganking, what I want you to think about is waves. What other wave can you play on?
Bot wave.
Yeah, and you're really close to this wave. You're what we call parallel to bot wave, right? So as you walk here, the wave is going to be here. As you walk here, the wave is going to be here. And this is important because the moment the waves touch each other is the moment prio is decided. I normally don't talk about this, but because you're playing competitive, this is how things work. So the
Mm-hmm.
moment the wave touches each other, so there's an imaginary wave here, not imaginary. There's a red wave there. There's a red wave there. Um, the moment they hit each other, this wave and this wave, whoever has the better position on the wave will get the priority. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is right now Silas is going to be further in the lane, so he's going to be like back here when the waves touch each other, and ASO is going to be all the way up here. Plus, ASO has priority on this wave already. Okay, so ASO from this wave, when these waves touch, the prio is not decided because no one's there. Whoever's there first has the prio. Okay, that's rule number one. Whoever's there first has the prio. Number two is if someone is fighting for the prio and you're there, you fight them off the wave. So let's say your laners are here, the laners are there, it's the exact same spot, and you guys meet together right here. They're going to walk at the wave at the exact same time, and that's when you go in and you fight.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't
Oh.
walk up for the wave when the wave hits each other, then your laners are just going to get prio.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you can bring that pressure all the way into his jungle. You can bring that pressure all the way to drop pinks here with Tarek. You can use that pressure to then gank mid on the next wave, where you're going to be parallel to that wave. Make sense?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So the big thing is being parallel to waves. Okay. Do you understand what I mean by being parallel? You're cutting out. I can't hear you right now. So
Oh,
did you
oh,
say
that's
did you,
weird.
did you say yes or?
Yeah, I said yeah, but I
Okay.
don't know
You're good. You're
what's
good.
going
Okay.
on with my.
Cool. So like the same thing is like if you were here right at this time and the wave is here, then you would be parallel to that wave, and that's ideal worlds. If you're a little bit late to the wave, that's fine, but ideally that's when you want to be playing proactively. It's when you're right next to a wave. So right here again, you'd be walking through the wave. Your laners are ready to play, and you'd be able to make a proactive play here. You'd be able to get you'd be able to establish vision on the dragon side, and then in the bot river, and then play for the dragon.
Right.
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so if this bush is warded, like right here, or right here, what does your sweep accomplish?
Nothing.
Yeah, he's just done. Like he's just gonna walk away. Okay, but right now, look, you're also parallel to this wave, which is perfect, which is why the timing like almost works perfectly. So what I want you to do is one, dodge vision. So never walk on wards. Dodge vision. Never walk on wards. Okay, so that's why Sleeper is a bait, because people think that clearing the ward matters. It does nothing. You know why it does nothing? Because this guy will walk up regardless if it's warded or not, because they're bad. So
Hmm.
it doesn't matter if it's warded or not. They're going to walk up. So clearing wards does not matter. So what I want you to do here is walk like this and get into the same position you were in, but not risk getting spotted here. Right? Because you risk the fact that they could be a ward there. So you'd be in the exact same position, you just would not get spotted, because this ward does not see all the way over here, this ward does not see all the way over here, and even people who ward like right here think it spots everything. It doesn't if you hug this wall.
Hmm. Hmm. I didn't
Okay?
know that.
The last thing here is he has no clue you're here. The moment you
Yeah.
your E is faster than your character can move, you reveal that you're here.
Right.
The fog of war in this exact picture is actually tricky for people to understand, but you can walk like this if there's no mid wave and not get spotted by the turret. Okay, and vice
Hmm.
versa. If someone is all the way over here, let me get Rifkit out so I can show you the fog. Um, the fog is really like tight, but pretty much if someone walks like this, they don't get spotted. Okay, you have to hug this wall though. And that
Hmm.
this is like the only wall in the game that like has that interaction. Okay, so you're right here, and their fog right now looks like this. It's like this. Wait, fuck, what does it look like? Hold on, I actually don't know what it looks like. Yeah, there's like a little bit there, but I mean, pretty much it's like for the most part it's like this. I think actually because there's no wave there, but it's like this because of the turret. Maybe it's a little bit further up. Actually, no, it's not. So I think this is what it looks like because his minion wave is this far up, right? He was standing up here. So pretty much what I'm saying is charge your W right here, and then as you walk up, he has no idea where the W came from. He has no idea where the stun comes from. This guy's dead here. Right now, he has no idea you're there. So you charge your W, you can even flash W on him, guarantee the kill because your Silas will be able to
Hmm.
connect to you and um, kill this guy with you. You guys will be able to one-shot this guy. And then if not, Silas will be able
Right.
to flash after and kill him. It's okay though, you got a flash, it's pretty good. The Amumu does dragon, right? Because you actually recalled, and Amumu was so down tempo in the sequence, he just cleared down. He finished his Gromp. Oh, he's like, oh, he's playing for the bot crab, right? And then afterwards, he's like, oh wait, I could just do the dragon. So he just does it because he sees you go top lane, or he sees you gank mid lane. Okay, so that's not
Hmm.
ideal. When you have a winning lane, you want to get the objective, right? This is not ideal. Okay. So let's let's look at this. Herald's up in a minute, or in a second. Bot lane's
Mm-hmm.
level 6, your guys are level 5, Tark's half HP. Okay? You have 3 bot side camps up, Crab is not up. And you have a potential Herald to play for. What does this bot lane play get you?
Not much.
Objective-wise, especially. Like, not much, right? Can you ever guarantee this bot play will work?
No, not really.
Yeah, not really. Okay, then don't do it. Right? The reason why you would want to do this is if your bot lane is level 6 and they're trying to dive the enemy bot lane while while the enemy is doing Rift Herald because Poppy's conditions are very bad. Maybe Poppy has TP though, so if you don't want to fight Rift, you're giving the Rift and you want to trade into bot side, that's when being here makes some sense. Otherwise, don't be here. You waste a lot of time here.
Yeah.
Right, and instead of you being in the position you are right now, your bot lane can do this by themselves, right? Because the Amumu is topside. The Amumu just sees the dragon, once he's gonna go after the dragon, he's gonna recall, he's gonna go to his top camps. Okay? So the
Right.
Ashe and Thresh have to be a little bit afraid anyway. Okay? So you can do your Raptors, your red buff, and then still invade this guy, and now you'd be level 7 with a red buff, and you're still in the same picture you would be here. You just have camps cleared. And the reason why that's so important is
Mm-hmm.
tempo and obligation as a jungler to farm camps. It's as if you're playing a lane and you drop like 2 waves right now, 2 waves, 2 camps, and then still invaded. So you didn't catch your waves. And the waves are still
Mm-hmm.
there for you to catch, but you still didn't catch it. To put it to more perspective. Okay, and here, if your bot lane wants to like help with you here, they need to crash this bot wave right here, right now. I don't know what they're doing. Right, there's no prio generated right now because the wave is still like there's still 6 minions and 5 minions. Like there's no one has prio right now. So if you're hovering this wave, it's
Mm-hmm.
because you want prio, and they should push the wave. So tell them push the wave, push the wave, push the wave. Then you can invade. But right here, you're doing this all by yourself. So especially in a competitive game, you don't want to do this. And again, you're Eing before the fucking like before you're even near them. So they know they know ahead of time. Look, they know right here that you're there and you're over here.
Mm-hmm.
So don't reveal yourself like that. What? Are you ever killing this guy? Really? You think this is a kill?
No, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
I think I
you
was
won bot in the
trolling a
game
little bit.
here with this gank. You already won. Because now Ashe is half HP. She has to leave the turret because Thresh is dead. You're gonna get bot plates, okay, and you can go re-invade the Gromp and you can go re-dive the Ashe if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But using tools like this when you don't need to is worse. So the whole time now it just feels like you're pressured to do something on the map. Where if you just went all the way back over here and you just cleared your camps, like you just relaxed and cleared your camps, you'd
Mm-hmm.
be completely fine. But right now, it just feels like you're so pressured to do something, and it ends up making things not like perfectly ideal. This guy ends up killing himself, walking forward. I don't know why. Um, nice flash though. Still good punish. Okay, take your reset. This is fine. You're cycling towards top side. Okay,
Yeah.
why are you cycling towards top side?
Um, I really don't know. I forgot. There was a reason, but I forgot it now.
I mean, it's probably playing for Herald, right? Like if I were to guess.
Oh yeah. That yeah.
Yeah,
That
but why
was,
are you playing for Herald?
I just saw an objective on the map and I was like, I need to get it.
Right.
It's a
So
terrible reason,
there's a
but
no. I mean that's okay. Like that's an okay start. But where are you winning currently?
bot lane.
Right. The objective you want to play for is the dragon in 2 minutes, not Herald.
Mm-hmm.
Unless your bot lane all of a sudden lane swaps, which is actually okay in this game if they wanted to. So you can get the Herald, surprise them with a lane swap, and then dive the set with Tark ult.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a full top turret. But they're bot lane right now, and you want to play with your Fed teammates. If they get Herald, you would be able to dive their bot lane and get 3 plates that way, and get the kills, and get the bot camps. So you don't actually want to do the Herald here. You always want to play with your Fed teammates.
Right.
Okay, so you're literally here anyway, right? Because I mean, yeah, you shouldn't go help Poppy, but now instead of your Grump and Wolves being cleared, it's these camps being cleared, which really sucks.
Hmm.
So if we were to address this as our weak side and this as our strong side, right? Now we've cleared our strong side camps, and our weak side camps are sitting ducks for a Amumu to take potentially. But also we just aren't cycling the right side because after you make a bot play, what are you gonna have to do if it works? You're gonna have to recall.
The recall.
Right? So instead, if you have a chance to, after a bot play, you're like 100, 200 gold off, you have strong side camps to fall back to. With these camps being cleared? Make
Mm-hmm.
sense? Okay. So here, Dash is over there. Dash is like killing himself. Okay, Poppy's, or Poppy, not Poppy. Tark's going in. Sure. And what is okay? So what are you afraid of? Here's my question. Okay, so you see a Mumu here, I guess. Okay, so I see a Mumu right
Yeah.
now. Let's see if you go to the tap screen real quick. So your AD is about up about like 600 gold. And compared to a Mumu, you're up like a whole like component. Okay, and your Tark is pretty beefy. Your Tark ult is up, your Xayah ult is up, and you have, for the most part, like your ult will be up in the actual fight. So if you are going to 3v3, then 3v3. Look at what you're doing. You're running away.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it's a good fight, then fight. If you don't think it's a good fight, then don't fight. Okay, it's like you should know ahead of time right here that hey, Thresh's position is actually really bad. We should kill this Thresh, and like you know the fight is already something you want to take. You're not gonna kill yourself. You're not gonna int in the fight, but you know this is the fight you want to take. Again,
Right.
you're eating the wall when you should not be eating the wall because you should be eating this wall. Because now in the actual fight that'll happen up here, you don't have your E move speed, you don't have your E attack speed, you don't have your E fog of war. E usage this whole time is really bad. Okay, so I was chasing this guy. You guys kill the Ash. Okay, and the game is pretty solid. Asol just flies away. Okay, and Tarek moves. Zaya's reset, so doing the Herald here is completely fine. After you have the Herald, you have a dragon coming up, so this is good. Go for the dragon. Skip your Krugs, this is good. And look. So, you kind of skip a step here, but because your laners are strong, it should be okay. These waves right here, you want to have the prio on before you start this dragon. Especially in competitive, that's just a rule. Okay, so always have waves of prio before you start the dragon. You're going to get the prio in about 10 seconds. But if your laners get ganked within those 10 seconds and you're not there, or if a Mumu literally just walks through lane with Asol, they're going to have prio. If a Mumu walks through lane with the bot lane, they're going to have prio.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you want to be there to make sure that's like not possible. Okay. So Silas look at Silas. Silas even dropping a full wave for this. Like, it's just so bad for him. He lost the full wave for that. Maybe like a 5-6 of a wave. Not good. And especially in a game where you're up 5-0, you should never feel forced to do things. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you have your item, right? Yeah, 5 camps up, but you have your
Right.
item. These camps don't matter, especially in competitive. It matters even less. You want to be as proactive here
Mm-hmm.
as you possibly can. Okay, your Tark ult is not up yet, but Xayah ult is up, and you have like items. I'm guessing you have like much better items than them right now at this exact moment.
I think
Let's see
so.
if you'll tab. Well, at the very least you do, and you also have Rift Herald. So what I
Yeah.
want you to do again is direct your bot lane to kill this wave, so you can walk through the turret, either dive them, use Xayah ult to tank the turret, and then re-aggro it, or just trade Tark 1-for-1 on the Ashe and then Herald afterwards, or just drop the Herald and straight up just get 3 plates. But you want to
Hmm.
accelerate the game here. You don't want to recall. You have your item. The early game is meant to play for your first item, your teammates' items. That's what the early game looks like. Once you can get to your first item, it's the mid game. Your early game goal is to get your first item. Afterwards, you want to play as proactive. Okay, so you completed the early game successfully, and now you have your item, and now you should be looking for um, proactivity. And right now, recalling at 500 gold is not a proactive play. I would never even recall here. If you don't want to do anything balling for whatever reason, just go to your camps. Right? Because again, you have obligations as a jungler, right? And you're obligated to clear your camps, and you want to clear them as fast as possible. So the next sequence, you're stronger. Not only are you stronger, but you have time to clear. Oh, sorry, you have time to make the play. Okay.
And should you recall when you're on your first item? Just
When you're
like if
above a
I
thousand gold, when you have no HP, or if your teammates aren't like winning and there's no one to play through, then you can recall as much as you want because there's no amount of gold or there's no amount of saving you in the game until you get your next item completion. So if you're behind, you wait till the second and third item. If you're ahead, you always just stay on the map for as long as you can, especially when you're full HP. You have ults, you have flashes, you have tools. After you use your tools, so after you dive bot lane, after you get the bot turret, then you recall because you're gonna have like 1.5k gold,
Mhm.
1,000 gold, and your teammates are also gonna recall. So especially when your fed teammates are on the map, you never ever want to recall. Your Silas and
Mhm.
Xayah again are trying to play the game, and you're recalling. Right? Looking for the next like 1 minute. They're still in the lane. Silas is still playing. Your body is trying to dive, and you're playing in like on the wrong, what I would say like side of the map.
Oh, I played this fight so bad.
Okay, same thing. Your E. Your E here, if you had it, be super useful if you had it right here. Okay. Next thing is target selection here. Which kill is going to get you the kill afterwards?
Set.
Yeah, Seth just used all of his tools. You saw him E on your screen. Boom, no E. He probably has no Q as well. Even if he does, it doesn't really matter. Okay, auto, boom, perfect. Okay, just W's. First off, why did you walk into that? You just took 409 damage for true damage for free. Never take free HP like this. So go play ARAMs and stop getting hit by free abilities like this. Okay, that's how you or just be really aware that this is a serious problem for a lot of players, and it's like to walk into true damage set like in the middle sets W without caring at all is super bad.
Hmm.
Super bad. Okay, the next thing is target selection. So this set probably this set is dead pretty much. If you dodge this, walk backwards, okay, and then you W him, you auto whatever smite Q, ult, he's dead. Okay, and after you get set, you
Yeah.
literally can't die to A solo because you have set abilities. The
Right.
goal should never be to kill the A solo here. And this Silas should also use all his tools on set as he can, but whatever. But the target section is bad here. Okay, so on Viego, you always want to target the enemy that will give you the best reset. If you have a choice. If ASOL is less HP there, then obviously kill the ASOL, but ASOL is more HP than the set, so it's even worse.
I,
So on what basis are we making this play on? Like why, pretty much?
I think the call was Poppy had prowess, so she was gonna roam down, and we were gonna look for something mid, but we didn't know that they were in the bush. So I kind of got caught walking up. Yeah.
How do I phrase this? Waves. I mean, literally just waves. Look at midwave. No one's contesting midwave. Why? Someone should be there. Midwave is the most
Mm-hmm.
powerful wave in the game. Okay. Also, your Zaya is the one fed, not your fucking Poppy. Who
Mm-hmm.
cares what Poppy does? I do not care if this guy's gonna help me or not. I care how I can help Zaya. You stay on the midwave. You're in a good position to be parallel to midwave, right? It's a good position for both you and Silas. After you get the midwave, you go and play bot side.
Mm-hmm.
Take his camps, break bot turret, you can herald mid turret. Do something proactive here in the bot side, not in the top side.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're thinking about waves here, you will never even walk up like this, like ever, because you don't have a wave that you're playing on, right? Because the enemy, if the enemy does what they did here and they're skipping the mid wave and they're just chilling here, that means you're just gonna be in a winning position because you have a full wave of priority and someone has to sit there and catch it, spend extra 10, 15 seconds catching the wave, which means you're up a whole number if you're diving bot, you're up a whole number if you find the jungle. But when you just before you had the wave, this is what happens. Literally, it's just gonna
Mm-hmm.
be a straight up 3v3 or like a 2v2. It's too rushed. Yeah, and even though it's like going fine for you, the problem with this is well,
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't go fine for you. But the problem with this is one, your Zaya is not being played towards. Two, the Amumu has numbers here right now. So if Amumu got off his
Mm-hmm.
camp a little bit earlier, Amumu's there right now. He's just playing really scared. Um, like Amumu's literally in that bush. I don't know what he's doing. But he's waiting for Acel, I guess. But you're also half HP. You can't impact this fight that much. So this is just always going to go bad for you. Yeah, now you're one of your Fed teammates, Zaya, is like not playing the game, so this feels terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a big throw, and the easiest way to fix that is again play for the wave. Yeah, but this whole time you haven't played with Zaya like a single time. You haven't seen Zaya on your screen for like forever. Again, pulling the wave before you have prio. So you want to. I mean, Zaya and Tarek do have prio in this case, so it's fine. But you're not even looking. I want you to look at the bot wave to confirm. Because right now mid lane doesn't have prio. That's for sure. You can see that from this. You were there. But you want to go play for bot prio. Even right
Mm-hmm.
now, the vision, the river control means nothing. The wave means something. So Silas should be hitting this mid wave. I should be hitting this mid wave. You should be proximity to mid wave, not looking at this fucking Thresh in the face, not staring at this guy, not running around the river for 10 seconds. So even if the dragon was up and you started pulling it, that's still wrong to do. You still go for the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you show here? Nice dodge. Why do you show here?
Um, I guess it was to protect Poppy.
I mean, if Poppy dies and okay, one, Poppy's full HP. Two, your goal should never be to protect someone. Let him die. Okay. Never have a goal, have an intent be to protect someone. It just makes the game harder for yourself. You just make worse decisions. Three,
Mm-hmm.
if your Poppy does die, that would mean like someone has to use ultimate, someone's getting low, Poppy's using some of her abilities, which means if they overcommit onto Poppy, you have an opportunity to kill them and wipe them all here. If Set
Mm-hmm.
like ults the Poppy into you, you're killing him, right? If a Mumu's landing this Q and ulting and you're staying max range, you can maybe work when Silas comes up here, but never show here, ever.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even want to use my E here, if I'm being honest. Because again, it reveals that you are here. If they went for this play and they're like set already ultimate, okay, and then if you don't E here, a move's gonna Q, Acel's gonna use ultimate, they're gonna try diving the Poppy, and then boom, you wipe all of them. But you show yourself here. Okay, grab this Herald, it's fine. Again, why are we playing? What did the Zaya do to you? Is my question. Did Zaya do something to you? Like no one wants to play with the Zaya the whole game, and Zaya had like all the kills.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did to you guys, but like we should work with our ADC again. What we talked about was draft identity, and bro, this Poppy is not gonna carry the game, man. I don't know why we're heralding for the fucking Poppy. This guy must just talk a lot, no, the top laner, but that's why it's important for you to be really clear that hey, like I do not want to play with you. I have a fed fucking Zaya. I want to play with the Zaya. But obviously you're not thinking about these things, so
Mm-hmm.
you can't even control your team if you're not thinking about them. Okay, let's go to the next sequence and look at some fighting. Center of this game is good.
If we fight eventually, I think we fight at 4th Drake. I don't. Oh yeah, we actually fight right here.
This E is fine. And the reason for that is like the fight is like far and you want to get there, like, and it's really really far. This W charge is like not bad. I actually don't mind that at all. Okay. Okay. You actually deal more damage as vehicle here. So after like one auto, just ult this guy. You deal more damage as vehicle here. After you dodge the set W, which is good. Then you ult this guy. You ult this guy much much earlier, and you kill him faster. Yeah, you held your ult very very long here. You should always just use your ult to kill this guy, especially when he has a huge bounty. Just like don't risk it. In competitive games, you never want to hold your abilities too long. You always just want to overcommit and learn your limits that way. You always want to overcommit.
Mm-hmm.
So if it goes wrong, it's like super bad. It's like a terrible feeling as well. Okay, again, fucking waves, guys. Hit the fucking mid wave, the fucking bot wave before you do the objective. Okay, and the reason for that is not just because someone should receive the wave, but what happens is, let's say you lose this fight. Now they have a mid wave to siege on if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a mid wave that provides them a lot of information, so you can't really they'll spot you if you crossed and try to steal the Baron. Now, you lose even more resources. So not only did you lose the fight, but you also lose 100, 200 gold from the midwave, and they gain 200 gold. If you killed the midwave first and none of them caught it, minus 200 gold for them, minus all that EXP, and then plus all that gold for you. Additionally, if they're set up in the river like this far up, and you get this midwave, this turret is just broken. Just break this turret in like a few autos. So always prioritize
Mm-hmm.
the midwave. Okay? It's not the bot wave. Not the bot wave that's important. What's important is the mid wave. Always, always, always mid wave. Okay, again, you're like freaking out here. For what? Your W here is you're literally like tweaking out. So just hold your W and hold G. Stop. It's not like I don't know. Whatever this is just like I don't know. It looks terrible to me. Hold your spells, okay? Hold your abilities. Okay, because right now this set should have gotten full charge stunned, right? And you should
Mm-hmm.
have longer E duration. Okay, good target selection. This is good.
Okay, this is unfortunate.
Sign is still.
But
I guess not. Yeah,
I don't know. I think that was.
this kind of blows. Okay, so you get hit here. Your teammates are really fucking low.
I'm like bugged. I don't know.
No, I mean your character's fine. You're right here. Your character's fine. It's just like
Yeah, yeah.
how do we adjust to this? Okay, so it's the hmm. Yeah, I mean, okay, honestly, it is really unfortunate, but like what I'm seeing here is you're pretty tanky on a move. Not that tanky, but if you queue into these guys over here, you give yourself
Mm-hmm.
a way to connect with Thresh, with Poppy, and with Zaya. And now you're fighting a 4v3 right here for a while because this Aesol is far, far away. That's the only way you win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, after you get that kill, you just ult away. It's 1-for-1. It's completely fine. You have the smite, they don't. But also, like I said, after you lose or win the fights, the mid wave is the most urgent thing. So obviously you guys get it because they're doing the objective. But like, if you all died and you didn't get the mid wave, it'd be terrible.
Mm.
Dark gets hit by that. Again, where's our E? Stop using E like this. You just tell them where you are permanently by using E like this. So I'd keep on your E, like unironically. That's how it feels. I had to do that on Lee Sin with my Q for like I did that for like 5 games. I like completely unkeep on it because I was just using my Q completely randomly. It was like terrible.
Yeah, we kind of trolled with the call here because we were going to leave Tarek and then we decided to go in for the fight. I think it actually worked out, but yeah.
So charge W here and W this guy. I don't know why you're not Wing. Okay. Killing this guy is correct. Mm, Alting here is a little awkward. So you don't need to use alt to kill this guy. So what
Hmm.
I meant by earlier is you want to speed things up as fast as possible, or you want to secure things if necessary. So 9 out of 10 times you
Hmm.
want to secure things, but this guy is never dying, or sorry, never living here, right? He always has to. He's always going to die here, pretty much. And
Hmm.
you can save your ultimate, okay? And if you save your ultimate, what's going to happen is if he flashes away, you'll just kill him after.
Hmm.
Okay, this is bad. So this Amumu is effectively dead. Look at his HP. Tark is also
Hmm.
effectively dead. Okay, you have a 3v4 because they have is it 3v4?
Ash. Or-
Ash is on the screen, and then who am I missing? Set. Oh yeah, Set is like, where is Set? Oh, Set got Poppy ulted away. But Set is still, he's gonna come back eventually. Actually, right now you have a 3v3. Oh my god, this is actually perfect. If you were following what happened in the fight, Set's ulted away. The kill is not here. The kill is here. Look at these guys. What the fuck is that? Look at this touch in your face. Your Zayas understood the assignment, right? Look at this. Look at what
Hmm.
this Ash is doing to you right now. Look at where you are. If you're right here, you're
Hmm.
because they don't know where you are. You walk like this. Boom. This guy's dead.
Insta kill.
Insta killed. Exactly. And now you're fighting a 3v3 when they have a support or whatever, and like this Tark has more impact than this guy. Never fucking chase for the low HP targets. Never. Oh, sorry. Never.
Hmm.
This guy's dead. What is he gonna do in the next fight? Nothing. So chasing for these kills, especially using your flash here, is actually like good for a Mumu. Like if I'm a Mumu, I'm like, oh nice. Now Vega's the flash. Good. Okay, now Set's back in the fight. Pretty sad situation. Okay, we'll look at one more sequence. Good reset. You moment you have your back lever, good reset. You tell your teammates too, hey, I need to reset. Waves, guys, fucking waves. Look to get in the mid wave, fucking GG, right?
Hmm.
Even if it's fourth dragon, the wave is still good to get. Oh yeah, the mid wave is still good to get. Yeah, you kind of have to W there. You don't get hit. You don't get the um.
For some reason I took ASOL here and I shouldn't have. Like I'm
Uh,
diving into them.
no, that's fine. Just take ASO and then drop your abilities really quickly is fine because you also get your ultimate, another ultimate ability.
Hmm.
But pretty much right here, what I'm worried about is look at your positioning. Look at where you're autoing from. Look at what Zaya's doing. Zaya's fucking human, thank
Hmm.
God. But these guys are right here. 3 right here, 1 right there, right? You want
Hmm.
to auto this guy from below, not from here. Make sense?
Yep.
So your auto attack here, your Q auto, should not be fucking okay. One, you should be fucking standing still doing this. You should always be kiting. You should always be worried about your HP and living before getting DPS done because this guy's gonna do the DPS because he's in a safe spot. Okay, so getting hit by that, losing some HP is like not ideal. You also, it's just bad habits. All I'm really talking about is like it's bad habit. Okay, yeah, you shouldn't eat in. You should drop your abilities and then just like leave from there. The next thing is, oh, I hate this. Same thing, bro. That you have kills right in front of your face. Okay, you don't need to kill this Ash to get the Baron. The moment you kill Set, the moment you
Hmm.
kill Mumu, you've won the fight. Okay, so get that set reset, and then like fight with your team here, get that set reset, and then go for Thresh afterwards, okay, and then kill Ash at the end. But here you don't go 1v2 in the back line when your teammates are fighting 3v1 over here. It's bad. Like why would you ever take these odds? Instead, keep the odds of 4v 1 or 4v like 3 eventually. These are better odds,
Yeah.
like obviously, always gonna be better odds. Stop playing the game by yourself. Okay, last fight. Let's go. Um, Same thing. I think you use random again. Actually, no, your E is fine. Ooh, your E is okay. So the one time you E fucking too late. Look, boom, you're spotted. They see you. So your E is terrible
Mm-hmm.
here because they know your exact position. They know your exact position twice actually. It's terrible. You always want to again. You do your best to stay in fog of war. Here is where you actually should flash, and the reason being is because this guy is going to still have impact in this fight. Because he's full HP and he's like a beefy boy. If you kill this guy right here, you get the Baron. So flash on this guy the moment he flashes away from you. Silas understood the assignment. Good for him. Okay, get the kill. Okay, he takes Lantern away. Um, let's see your W here actually. So it gets rooted. You are max charging W actually. Ooh, it's just really close. Sucks. Got the Baron though. Yeah, see, still got the Baron. That wasn't even a fight. Ooh, what the fuck? You guys just actually lose the game?
Yeah, we actually
Oh
lose the
my
game.
god.
Yep.
What's happening here? First off, what the fuck are your teammates doing? Tell them to settle fucking down and stop fucking doing that. There's a whole stacked wave top, a whole stacked wave bot. You need to communicate. Okay, it's on you. Okay, your teammates are obviously like not supposed to be doing this, but it's on you to control. In comms, it's so easy to just say, guys, fuck off the mid wave. It's terrible for what you guys are doing. So easy to make that judgment call. The next thing is this guy's not here. This guys are like fucked. Just leave. Just leave. You're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna win this, man. The picture is too messed up, right? Like, do you think in any world you can win this?
No.
Like, they have to really, really fuck up, but it's competitive, and they're not going to. Okay, they're gonna do their absolute best to not. The next thing is why go for set? And every single one of these fights, this guy's been literally unkillable. So he has Sterex popped, he has Gold Trigger, and he has his W. You chose the wrong target again. Okay, but you should go do the bot dragon or the bot turret. You should go like just keep your conditions high. All right, pretty much the TLDR for the mid game was fight with your strong teammate. I don't know why you ignored your teammate. Be direct with your decisions and communicate team. And the last kind of most important thing would be fucking get the mid wave. Get the mid wave. Okay. Other than that, the fighting stuff we talked about, the notes on that is just really just like hold your abilities and stop going in by yourself. Be on your
Mm-hmm.
teammate's screen. Cool. Any questions?
No.
All right. I'll go ahead and send you the notes, and then yeah, good to go.
Mm-hmm.